future. 9:05. 150 people then turned out to that meeting last night at Binley Woods to discuss the future of the Brandon Speedway site. The Save Coventry Speedway campaign will try to obtain a community asset order that would protect the venue for a minimum of 5 years. Now, at the moment, planning consultants, Framptons, and the company called Investing Brandon Limited wanted to build 250 houses where the Speedway Stadium is, but at the moment no planning application has gone in. The campaign is something that's united the parish council, residents and Speedway fans alike. BBC Coventry and Warwickshire's David Deakin went to the meeting last night and he had a chat with one of the youngest people who was there.
I'm Harry Elkins and I'm 10. I'm basically junior flag waver at the Coventry Stadium. I do the Formula 1 star tracks, all of them, and if they they're shutting down my home. It's my hobby. I love doing this and I don't want it to go because Coventry is the home of the Formula 1 Stockcars, so take that away, end of the Formula 1s.
Great lad. Paul Hines is a stock car racer and was at last night's meeting. Morning, Paul.
Morning, Shane.
Quite pertinent that we hear a voice like that because that's the future of the sport, isn't it? That's where you get the stars of tomorrow for the sport.
Yeah, I think more than that as well. It's the future for. It's great to see kids at that venue. I don't know what kids will do in the future if places like Coventry Stadium close down. What will people do? Will they just sit in home and play on computer games? I'm not sure. The places like Coventry allows families to get together, meeting new people, getting out of the house and again creating that community spirit, I suppose. And again, that sort of highlights the importance for the stadium in the local area.
What happened at the meeting last night? I know that the council were there because we talked to their head a little bit earlier on the show this morning, and which is a good sign, isn't it? Because as we pointed out, they didn't have to be there last night, did they?
No, that's it. And I was really pleased with the turnout there. There was a lot of people there. They'd filled the hall and there was standing room only. And that, again, just shows the support that the track has got. And there was a range of people, old, young and in the middle. So it was good to see that so many different people out there trying to support and trying to show their backing behind what to them is a big part of their lives. It's an important thing that they do. It's a social thing they do, and they enjoy doing it. And it was good to see passion in the room, people keen to support it as best they can. So it was a positive meeting.
Was the disappointment that the stadium owners weren't there? They sent a statement, didn't they? I think. I personally probably didn't expect them to be there. No.
I understand their situation, but we can only do what we can do and fight our corner and just try and show. And again, it's not just about Coventry as well, but there's places all over the country, and there's so many people that enjoy events like that. These places need to be protected. I understand the need for housing. Everyone I know lives in one, but we can't keep building housing on social places like that. It can't continue like that. Really.
What would happen? For people who don't know and don't maybe don't follow the sport or haven't followed the history of Brandon as a track. I mean, what if this went ahead? If they put in a plan and got it approved and said, right, okay, we're going to close Brandon because we're going to build houses on the site. Yeah. What's the next stage, and where would the sport go? I mean, would they go out of the area completely?
There's two main sports that work there at the moment. There's obviously the Speedway and the Stockcar racing, and I'm part of the Stockcar racing community. I've been going to Coventry. I'm from Hinckley in Leicestershire, just down the road, and I've been going to Coventry for all my life. And for us, it's like our Wembley, to give it a bit of a comparison. Me as a driver, I love to race at Coventry. It's our premier track, one of the best tracks we have, and it's so unique to Coventry and Warwickshire area. There isn't a track in the country of similar to Coventry, really. Wow. It holds our world final every few years. We have a world final there, and people again across from New Zealand, Australia, Holland, Germany, Belgium, and throughout Europe, they all come across to Coventry and Warwickshire to watch the racing there. And when we race there again, people from all across the country and the local area come to Coventry Stadium, and it's very unique.
Do you think we've lost that? I mean, as you say, our European counterparts get it because they come across and they visit and they race and they compete, so they understand how special it is for us. Do you think we've kind of lost how important it is for us then?
Possibly. I mean, the people in the room last night, they certainly understood the importance of it. Whether that's across the wider community, I'm not sure. But for example, a couple of weeks back in Coventry, they did the Motorfest event, which I took part of with my car, and I thought that was fantastic. It was a real positive message that Coventry was sending out to the rest of the country, that this is something that unique to the city. And what I find strange is that the only motorsport event they've got in that area is Coventry Stadium, and it's looking to close. I don't, I would think that the city itself would want to try and keep that part of their, again, it's part of the city's history, part of the city's cultural identity, and I just feel there needs to be action to try and keep it going if we can.
So what was the conclusion of the meeting last night? They were difficult without the stadium owners there to have a completely rounded conversation, but what did you come away from the meeting feeling? That people thought that they didn't even want it to allow it to happen, or are you starting considering if it does happen, what's the next step? I mean, how far did you get with conversations yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, I think ultimately we want the stadium to continue as it is. I think personally, it's just my personal opinion, it would be very difficult to find another venue that would take what happens there at the moment. I think the commercial aspects involved, I don't know how that would work. So obviously, as a group, we want to work with the stadium owners. The people running the meeting, I thought, were very good. They were very. There was no hostilities or anything like that. It was a proactive meeting. It was to talk and to communicate what we're feeling to the people that need to understand it. And hopefully, there's a way of moving forward that we can work together and try and hopefully maybe improve the commercial viabilities of the track as it is at the moment. Get more people through the gates and make a bit more money that way, and just try and work with the stadium owners to try and prolong what we love to do.
Did you get the sense that that's realistic? Because as the language that you use is quite accurate, because I mean at the end of the day it'll boil down to the money coming in, the sums adding up, won't it? Really, that's what it's an investment. That's what the landowners and the stadium owners are looking at. So is it realistic to expect that it won't be knocked down for housing?
I don't know. It's difficult to say. I'm not in a position to know the ins and outs of that. But what I can see is that the stadium owners have run as a concern for a good number of years now, and so there's obviously been some sort of commercial activity there. Whether that can go into the future, I'm not sure. Again, it's an individual thing. It's a unique venue in the country, and I'm sure it could be opened up to different things and to other events, and to really make it into a money-generating venture. It's a big piece of land. It's a unique track, and there's, I would think, all sorts of things you could do with Coventry to make it to keep it there. I know it's difficult when you're talking about a housing development, but we're passionate about it, and we love going there, and we love Coventry Stadium, and we want to see it continue for as long as possible.
Paul, thank you. Paul Hines, who's a stock car racer, who was at that meeting last night. It's like their Wembley, he says. The owners of the stadium didn't attend the meeting last night. They did give a statement that was read out at last night's meeting that talked about Brandon Speedway Stadium having a limited future.